Hello, this is Rick Morris. 2,000 years ago, wine was stored in wineskins, not bottles. New wine would expand, so it was not put into an old wineskin because it would burst. It was put in new wineskins so it would expand with the wine when it expanded. Well, today we're following the 12 steps for recovery from alcohol and drug abuse. We're on step 12, episode 2, and the title is called New Wineskins. So, let's get into it. The verse to go along with this is from Mark 2:22, verse 22. The verse says, "And no one puts new wine in old wineskins. If he does, the wine will burst the skins and the wine is destroyed, and so are the skins. But new wine is for fresh wineskins." In recovery, our life is like a new wine, it's like new wine. We're expanding our thinking. Our thinking is changing. We cannot put this new way of thinking in our old relationships or they will burst. Our old relationships must become new relationships, especially with people that we're close to, like a spouse or children. This explains why people in old relationships sometimes get angry or resentful when we get clean and sober. It really, to us, it doesn't make sense. They ought to be happy. But they're used to the old wineskin. They have drawn the boundaries and learned to live with an alcoholic or a drug abuser. They're they're all prepared for us to get high or drink. They don't know what to do since we're sober and rational. The dynamic has changed and they feel anxious and off balance. They can become defensive and even say offensive things. We're surprised that they're not happy with our recovery. Now, just like always, I will ask a question and I'll pause, and you can pause the video, and if it's a group, you can talk about it. But how do we handle a situation like that where they're not happy that we're clean and sober? Well, our actions speak louder than words. Kindness always helps an awkward situation. We must explain that our relationship will be different and it'll be better. We realize that we're very difficult and irrational when our lives were out of control. We apologize for all the harm we caused. Our new relationship will be a new wineskin. Now, do we ignore offensive statements? We don't ignore those statements and we don't react to them. We respond to them. We stay calm and keep the tone of our voice down. Our body language speaks volumes. Like we stay seated and we explain how we feel and how we think, how our new thinking is. We continue to remain kind. Is it possible to change somebody by talking to them? Well, we are responsible to change ourselves and let God work on others as He sees fit. It's very dangerous, extremely dangerous, for us to try to fix someone else. It doesn't help them and it doesn't help us. Most of the time, the situation will go bad and it'll do more damage than good, even if we have good intentions. Also, guard against talking about somebody behind their back. When conversations go that way, either leave the room or change the subject. When discussing someone else, say something positive or nothing at all. A good rule to follow is take the high road. You know, that's a good rule to follow in almost any situation. When you're in any kind of tense, stressful situation at work, or with a spouse, or with your children, take the high road. And you'll know what that is when you get in that situation. When we feel like old words are drawing us into old ways of thinking, we must resist and, and resist the urge to fall back into that old wineskin. Okay, we're going to the next episode.